Lie down, lie down. Okay, so remember when you're trying to work on the spins, you want to step back with one of your legs so that way you have the space to help them through that. Most people like to use the leg that the dog is spinning away from. Good boy. So that way you have space to be able to do that. If you're standing here with your feet together, you're gonna have to really reach in order to try to pull her through it. So if you step back, you have that space to bring her into you and to be able to spin. Yes, good boy. So her sit pretty. Remember that you want the treat from her nose and you'll bring the treat right up, yes, out of reach. As soon as those feet pop up is when you want to reward. Don't try to make her hold it for too long. You can sit here and let her nibble at it, things like that. Yes, good boy. So that way you can try to build up some strength. But until she has the strength to really hold it, don't worry too much about her trying to hold that position for long. Okay? Her on her back legs. You're okay. You're gonna bring the treat up high above her head. Yes. And you just want her to, yes. Good boy. Yes. Come here. Good boy. Yeah. No holding. Yes. Yes. So you want the same thing. Don't let her hold on to you or grab a hold of you or anything like that. You want to have her You don't want her holding on to you. You want her standing on her own. So to try not to let her do what Striker's trying to do here. Yes. You want her to be able to hold that without having you as a little crutch there. For her bow, remember, you're gonna go, nope, okay. Into her chest, yes, yes, okay. And reward there once those feet are there, or once those elbows touch the ground. Sorry, had to go grab more treats. Torch, go lie down. So, you're gonna bring her into that bow. Yes. 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 Reward for a little bit just to help her hold. You can try to get your treats further apart if you would like, but in the beginning, those close treats are going to help you be able to get her to hold that position and build up the ability to stay in that bow. The other one was her back up. Yes. And just remember, you want to kind of flick your fingers backwards at her like you're shooing her away. And you're gonna walk into her. Yes. And then toss your treat. You don't want to sit here and try to do what Striker's doing. Striker has distance, which is why I wanted you to try to get her working to where she'll put her back legs up onto a book or something like that. And remember, when you do that, you want to build like a little channel with your furniture so that way you have something to block her from turning around to go and standing on it. You want her to be able to back up onto it. So yet again, the back up, you're walking into her, yes. Good boy. Striker. Back. Yes. And you're putting that body pressure. Good boy. If you want to start trying to work on that, like roll over or play dead, what you do, lie down, is you have her in her lie down. You're going to take your treat and bring it back towards her shoulder. Yes. The first thing that you're going to mark and reward, lie down, is her going onto her hip. So that way she learns that that position and being just into that part of the lay down is good. Once you have that, you bring it yet again towards her shoulder and you can reward here once she's laying on her side. Okay. And you'll reward that spot. So if you want to start working on that play dead, that would be the area and how you would build that one up too. Remember with the other things, so like shaping, which is taking closer approximations to your final behavior, you want to take anything that's a step closer because she's going to want to sit there and stare at you. So you really have to help her get it right. That's going to help you be able to teach her all sorts of different things once she really starts to understand what you want. Like I teach it like with foot targets and teach her how to put her front feet on things. I would teach her, I mean, really anything and everything you want to teach that way. The more you can build up her learning to just try, and trying gets rewarded, the more she's going to learn to think independently. So just remember that that's going to help you in the long run. Sit. Yes. If you want to work on that shy, like that I showed you, lie down. Are you shy? You shy? Yes. To where she can cover up her nose like that. Remember with my dogs, I use a piece of Scotch tape. I just put it right over the bridge of their nose right there. And most dogs are gonna sit there and try to paw it off, and every time she goes to do that, you're just gonna yes and reward. Remember, yes is your camera button. Yes lets you take a mental picture in time to let her know this is where you were correct. This is where you made that correct decision. So that is your communicator. So you wanna make sure that you're using that. Guys, Thank you. That's going to help you teach her a lot faster. And also remember that you can look up on YouTube different tricks to train your dog. Any of the things that you see people teaching, if they're using a clicker, your yes is the same thing. It's a marker word instead of an actual clicker. So it still works the same. The hardest thing and the biggest difference between the two is it's harder for us to be as quick as it is for us to click it whenever we're having to say the word. So just remember those are the things that you're working on and building. I'm going to also try to write it in the email, but I'm going to send you these videos that will hopefully help and make things make a little bit more sense. So, all right, have fun.